Lithuania is a country in northern Europe, most populous of the Baltic states. Lithuania has 262 kilometers of coastline consisting of the continental coast and the Curonian Spit coast. Lithuania's major warm water port of Klaipėda lies at the narrow mouth of Curonian Lagoon, a shallow lagoon extending south to Kaliningrad and separated from the Baltic Sea by Curonian Spit, where Kuršių Nerija National Park was established for its remarkable sand dunes. The Neman River and some of its tributaries are used for internal shipping. Situated between 56.27 and 53.53 latitude and 20.56 and 26.50 longitude, Lithuania is glacially flat, except for morainic hills in the western uplands and eastern highlands no higher than 300 meters. The terrain is marked by numerous small lakes and swamps, and a mixed forest zone covers over 33% of the country. The growing season lasts 169 days in the east and 202 days in the west, with most farmland consisting of sandy clay loam soils. Limestone, clay, sand, and gravel are Lithuania's primary natural resources, but the coastal shelf offers perhaps 1,600,000 cubic meters of oil deposits, and the southeast could provide high yields of iron ore and granite. According to some geographers, the geographical midpoint of Europe is just north of Lithuania's capital, Vilnius. Geographic coordinates: 54.90667 degrees north, 25.3200 degrees east, 54.90667, 25.3200 geographical position. Lithuania is situated on the eastern shore of the Baltic Sea. Lithuania's boundaries have changed several times since 1918, but they have been stable since 1945. Currently, Lithuania covers an area of about 65,200 square kilometers, about the size of West Virginia. It is larger than Belgium, Denmark, Latvia, the Netherlands, or Switzerland. Lithuania is situated on the eastern shore of the Baltic Sea and borders Latvia on the north, Belarus on the east and south, and Poland and the Kaliningrad region of Russia on the southwest. It is a country of gently rolling hills, many forests, rivers and streams, and lakes. Its principal natural resource is agricultural land. Lithuania's northern neighbor is Latvia. The two countries share a border that extends 453 kilometers. Lithuania's eastern border with Belarus is longer, stretching 502 kilometers. The border with Poland on the south is relatively short, only 91 kilometers, but is very busy because of international traffic. Lithuania also has a 227-kilometer border with Russia. Russian territory adjacent to Lithuania is Kaliningrad Oblast, which is the northern part of the former German East Prussia, including the city of Kaliningrad. Finally, Lithuania has 108 kilometers of Baltic seashore with an ice-free harbor at Klaipėda. The Baltic coast offers sandy beaches and pine forests and attracts thousands of vacationers. Topography and drainage. Lithuania lies at the edge of the North European plain. Its landscape was shaped by the glaciers of the last ice age, which retreated about 25,000–22,000 years BP. Lithuania's terrain is an alternation of moderate lowlands and highlands. The highest elevation is 297.84 meters above sea level, found in the eastern part of the republic and separated from the uplands of the western region of Samogitia by the fertile plains of the southwestern and central regions. The landscape is punctuated by 2,833 lakes larger than 10,000 square meters and 1,600 smaller ponds. The majority of the lakes are found in the eastern part of the country. Lithuania also has 758 rivers longer than 10 kilometers. The largest river is the Nemunas, which originates in Belarus. The other larger waterways are the Neris, Venta, and Sesup rivers. However, only 600 kilometers of Lithuania's rivers are navigable. Once a heavily forested land, Lithuania's territory today consists of only 32.8% woodlands, primarily pine, spruce, and birch forests. Ash and oak are very scarce. The forests are rich in mushrooms and berries, as well as a variety of plants. Climate. Lithuania has a humid continental climate. Average temperatures on the coast are -2.5 degrees Celsius in January and 16 degrees Celsius in July. In Vilnius, the average temperatures are -6 degrees Celsius in January and 16 degrees Celsius in July. Simply speaking, 20 degrees Celsius is frequent on summer days and 14 degrees Celsius at night. Temperatures can reach 30 or 35 degrees Celsius in summer. Some winters can be very cold. -20 degrees Celsius occurs almost every winter. Winter extremes are -34 degrees Celsius in the seaside and -43 degrees Celsius in the east of Lithuania. The average annual precipitation is 800 mm on the coast, 900 mm in Samogitia highlands, and 600 mm in the eastern part of the country. Snow occurs every year. It can be snowing from October to April. In some years, sleet can fall in September or May. The growing season lasts 202 days in the western part of the country and 169 days in the eastern part. Severe storms are rare in the eastern part of Lithuania and common in the seaside. The longest measured temperature records from the Baltic area cover about 250 years. The data show that there were warm periods during the latter half of the 18th century, and that the 19th century was a relatively cool period. An early 20th century warming culminated in the 1930s, followed by a smaller cooling that lasted until the 1960s. A warming trend has persisted since then. Lithuania experienced a drought in 2002, causing forest and peat bog fires. The country suffered along with the rest of northwestern Europe during a heatwave in the summer of 2006. Extreme temperatures. Extreme temperatures in Lithuania by month. Environment. Concerned with environmental deterioration, Lithuanian governments have created several national parks and reservations. The country's flora and fauna have suffered, however, from an almost fanatical drainage of land for agricultural use. Environmental problems of a different nature were created by the development of environmentally unsafe industries. Air pollution problems exist mainly in the cities, such as Vilnius, Kaunas, Jonava, Mažeikiai, Elektronai, and Naujoji Akmen, the sites of fertilizer and other chemical plants, an oil refinery, power station, and a cement factory. Water quality has also been an issue. The city of Kaunas, with a population of about 400,000, had no water purification plant until 1999. Sewage was sent directly into the Neman River. Tertiary wastewater treatment is scheduled to come online in 2007. River and lake pollution are other legacies of Soviet carelessness with the environment. The Curonian Lagoon, for example, separated from the Baltic Sea by a strip of high dunes and pine forests, is about 85% contaminated. Beaches in the Baltic resorts, such as the well-known vacation area of Palanga, are frequently closed for swimming because of contamination. Forests affected by acid rain are found in the vicinity of Jonava, Mažeikiai, and Elektronai, which are the chemical, oil, and power generation centers. Lithuania was among the first former Soviet republics to introduce environmental regulations. However, because of Moscow's emphasis on increasing production and because of numerous local violations, technological backwardness, and political apathy, serious environmental problems now exist. Natural hazards, hurricane-force storms, blizzards, droughts, floods, environment, current issues, contamination of soil and groundwater with petroleum products and chemicals at former Soviet military bases, environment, international agreements, Party 2. Air pollution, nitrogen oxides, air pollution, persistent organic pollutants, air pollution, sulfur 85, air pollution, sulfur 94, air pollution, volatile organic compounds, biodiversity, climate change, Kyoto Protocol, desertification, endangered species, environmental modification, hazardous wastes, law of the sea, ozone layer protection, ship pollution, wetland signed, but not ratified. Area and boundaries. Area. Total, 65,300 square kilometers. Land, 62,680 square kilometers. Water, 2,620 square kilometers. Land boundaries. Total, 1,574 kilometers. Border countries. Belarus 680 kilometers. Latvia 576 kilometers. Poland 91 kilometers. Russia 227 kilometers. Coastline 90 kilometers. Maritime claims. Territorial sea 12 nmi. Elevation extremes. Lowest point, Baltic Sea 0 meters. Highest point, Aukštojas Hill 294 meters.